wonder why young athletes, soccer players, football players, basketball players, seem to juggle homework, tests, practices, and start feeling like there isn't enough time in the day to really make it all happen? They get a little bit overwhelmed and really start to struggle to sort of juggle everything. That's you. It's not alone. You're not alone. It's not just you alone. Many athletes struggle with the balance of academics and sports, but with the right mindset and tools and the right habits, you can thrive on the field and in the classroom. In fact, I would argue and say it's actually easier to do better while you have both going at the same time. Let's talk about that for a little bit. Hey everyone, it's Markens here with the Mass Young Gunners again. Today we'll tackle in the big challenge many young athletes face, right? It's about balancing academics and sports. So whether you're younger or in high school, middle school, or even in college can be really, really challenging because there's so much more freedom. But that's the whole point of this conversation. We'll discuss practical ways, the time management. I hate to call it time management, but it is sort of like managing your activities, really, to be honest, and how you can really succeed doing both without feeling like you are really overwhelmed. All right. So excelling in academics and sports opens up a lot of doors to scholarships, opportunities, and personal growth, which is to me the most important thing. I always encourage athletes to do well in the classroom because there's going to be way more money with the academics once you get to college than there ever would be for sports anyway. They'll throw money at you for just having good grades. So it only makes sense to do well in the classroom. But managing your activities, we call it time management, but it really is managing your activities. It builds a discipline now that you need to really apply to your life, not just on and off the field. This is why this is so important. So you don't have to choose one over the other. You become he or she who manages the activities and take care of the tasks that need to be taken care of. So you become the person who is always on task and always taking care of things. Therefore, you don't need to think about the many things that you have to balance. You simply focus on taking care of the things that need to be done at the right time. There's a big difference between the two, because sitting there and thinking about it will definitely get you overwhelmed. Getting engaged in doing it will get you rolling and get you in the zone, if you will. So what are we talking about here? You can use a planner, sort of like an app on your phone, which is going to help you map out, the schoolwork, the practice, and the games that you have coming up. Now, I think to me, the practice sessions and the games are far more exciting than the schoolwork. That was me when I was, but certain subjects definitely got me excited. And then you can now prioritize and focus on completing the assignments, studying the things that are due or that are the priority, things that have to be done right now. And then if you stay consistent with this and you build these daily routines and they become habits over a period of time, everything else starts to become what you do and not what you think about or what you get overwhelmed about. It's a big difference. And it's a key factor between the two. It's a key distinction, okay? And then when you have your downtime, take it, enjoy the heck out of it. That's what it's for. You go all out when it's time for you to take a break and just use it wisely, So developing the discipline is really about being clear about what you want to accomplish. A player may say, look, I want to be the starting winger on this team, or I want to make sure that every game I'm in, making a difference, whatever that is. But always strive for that. Always be at your best trying to get there. And all you really need to do is to achieve or work at it so that you're going in the right direction. Every session, every game, every opportunity. Okay. I encourage kids to do a lot of training on their own because I think just you and that training by yourself really helps you develop a lot of instincts you otherwise wouldn't. Okay, and then really trying to limit those distractions when you're in the middle of doing something. I would say don't start scrolling through your social media if you're in the middle of doing something. Most of the stuff that you're doing is only going to take about 15 to 20 minutes anyway. Just get that done, and then you can scroll through whatever that thing is that you like to do. You can just do it and give it its own time. Stop mixing the two together. Okay, we call it distraction, but it's really interruptions that really takes away from what you can accomplish. Okay, and then of course, if you finish your work, I'd say get focused on the next thing fully. Being able to fully focus will get you a lot more than trying to just fit everything in or mix everything in without any sort of structure. Okay, and then some of those things you may wonder, okay, does that really work? When someone just telling me, well, let me tell you, when I was in college during the soccer season, which is in the fall, I always had better grades. In fact, I took more courses during that time because the structure made it easier for me to actually study, stay on task, and complete tasks in a timely manner. I'm telling you right now, some of my teammates used to think that it was crazy for me to take 6 courses during the fall, have soccer practice, play on the weekend, travel a lot. I was like, dude, like during the regular season, there are a lot of restrictions about what we can do. We can go out 2 nights before a game. So for example, on a Thursday night, we really couldn't go out because we'd play on Saturday. Saturday, we definitely, had a good time. But on Thursday, we couldn't go anywhere anyway. So while everyone was out, I had to be in or lay low anyway. It gave me more time. It gave me more time. Here's why I say that. Comes the spring, those restrictions are lifted, and I think I have more time. Always was late with my assignments. Always thought, I'll do it tomorrow. I have more time. So it really is better. And in fact, I think it's the secret. Having the structure actually helps you better achieve or complete the task because you're on a schedule. Now you get into a flow. Now you're in the zone, and it's always one thing after the other. So I really, really believe that with having both of them going at the same time can really help you leverage the discipline and the structures involved in doing both. It was always the case for me. If you gave me more time, I didn't do as well. The moment I have more time, I don't do as well. However, if I am structured with a lot of activities, meaning I am busy all the time, I'm always on task, and I'm always getting things done. Okay? And I'm sure it would be the same for many, many others. You just have to believe and understand that it does work the other way, and there's no reason to really be overwhelmed about it, because when you're overwhelmed, you're sitting there and you're thinking about what you have to do. Once you get involved into doing what you need to do and keep going, next thing you know, the semester is done, and you would have had great grades, a great soccer season, another great soccer season under your belt, and without even remembering like where the time went. You ever see that when you have a great time, it flies like that. In the moment you have too much time in your hands, everything drags out. It's the same thing. So it is definitely a benefit to be really super structured and have a lot of activities going. I think most would agree, but don't sit and start thinking too much. Appreciate the fact that you have a lot that you can be doing, and you have the opportunity to do as much as you do. So balancing the both academics, in this case in soccer, but sports isn't just about now, it's about building the opportunities for the future as well. So a strong academic performance can lead to great scholarships, college recruiters, and coaches. I used to love athletes who had great grades because I knew I can give them more money. But yet again, I always knew if I start teaching certain tactics on the field, they're most likely going to be the one that pay the most attention and grow the quickest, the fastest. And so they actually transfer those skills and those habits onto the pitch as well. So it's a win-win if you really, really dig into and really engage into doing more over maybe a soccer / sports / academic season. You're not just playing for the season, you're really, really preparing for your future. And believe me, those are the ones who are always more productive in the workforce. I've been obviously in the workforce for a long time. I love bringing new athletes, new team members who used to be athletes onto our staff, because I know and I can relate to how they work in terms of the mindset. So it's an awesome topic. It's really subjective. It depends on the individual, but certainly there's a lot of similarities that we can find within these habits and structures. So it's great. It's great that you're here. In fact, listening to this, if you find this very helpful, please share it. Subscribe to our Mass Young Gunners for more tips and on succeeding as a young athlete. Share your strategies for balancing school and soccer in the comment section. We'd love to be able to hear from you and share it with others too. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what everyone else is saying, and it also would be great to be able to share it with others, because you never know who this may be helping in more ways than you can even imagine. Thanks for joining today. Remember, the habits you build now will definitely shape your success later, right? Your habits, as your habits go, so do you. So keep working hard, stay organized out there. I'll see you on the next episode.